Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 1 hour and 2 minutes. This is 60,
Wait,
minute 62.
I don't know. That doesn't really sound right. If you say minute 1 hour.
This is 1 hour and the second minute of The Fast and the Furious.
Wow. Part 2, minute 2.
What's the part 2? Second hour.
Second hour.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
It's like how they have the first century is like 0 years and second century is like the first 1,000 years.
Right.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
That always confused me. Back in the 15th century, I'm like, okay, oh, that's the 1400s.
Yeah, they're like the 20th century. I'm like, is that now, or is that coming up?
20th Century Fox.
It's very old.
That's remember the spotlights over the 20th Century Fox? Yes.
And there's like a lion roaring.
Yeah.
Is that something else?
That was MGM. Metro Goldwyn and Mayer.
The casino?
No, you're thinking of
MGM Grand?
MGM Grand. It is a casino and hotel, I guess.
Okay. It's a big business.
But
a lot of branches.
You were going to tell us about how we failed miserably as a
podcaster,
right?
As car enthusiasts. So, a few episodes or a few minutes ago, they were in the shop working on Brian's Supra,
right?
And the camera panned past his engine, and on the engine, we spent quite a bit of time trying to identify this shiny-looking accessory.
Yeah,
and I had some car friends, apparently they didn't realize we had a podcast.
Okay.
And I shared the picture. So we posted up the picture, mistake number 2, and asked somebody to identify it. And 2 of them both were like really making fun of us, not knowing it was us. Being like, this is a car podcast, and they don't even know that that's a fan clutch. So apparently it was a fan clutch.
But where's the fan?
Yeah, it wasn't bolted on. I guess in my defense, I've never seen the fan not attached to that.
Well, also,
part.
If you have a viscous fan clutch, which is what they're talking about.
Viscous fan clutch.
Yeah. Why would you have that on a 2JZ motor? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, that's our
because that would
defense.
have an electric fan, not a viscous fan.
And if it was like a high performance engine, you're saying you would delete the viscous fan?
Well, it's like a daily driver. I mean, yes, they're making it to drive at race wars, but it's also going to drive on the road normally.
Right. But from the
viscous
factory...
fan clutches are like from the 70s.
Yeah.
And 80s in trucks.
But do you think it came from the factory on that engine?
No.
Really?
No way.
So, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
We should look this up.
You make me feel less dumb, but they were like... It was sort of hilarious.
I mean, it's something that you would put in like a built...
I'll pull up their comments if that's all right.
Yeah. And I'm going to look to see.
So I know in like some 240 guys would run put a big V8 swap in, right? And then they'd have an issue with it overheating with their electric fans. So they'd actually run that fan because at high RPM, it'd pull way more air than an electric fan ever could. But on the BMWs, those things were known for blowing apart and destroying stuff.
Yeah, viscous fan clutches you don't see them anymore. Yeah, I'm looking at 2JZ motors right now, and none of them have a viscous fan clutch on the front of it.
Is there a fan?
No, there's no fan. They use electric fans.
A couple people...
If you think about when you look down in a motor of a tuner car, there's no fan clutch there.
Right.
There's the radiator and then the electric fan behind it, right on the radiator. Right. And then there's nothing between that and the belts.
A 240SX has it.
It does?
Yes.
A 95?
IS300 did not have it, but that was a newer one. So 2 friends thought it was an alternator. Both these are somewhat car people. So, and then a really car person says, looks like a hydraulic fan clutch. So he was right.
Yeah.
And a couple people. All right, Patrick White. Shout out Patrick because he's on us. He says it's a viscous fan. How does a page for a car podcast not know what a fan is?
Well, there's no fan on it, is there? Look at this picture of 2JZ. That part is non-existent on there.
Yeah, I don't know. And he said Paul Walker's rolling in his grave with these idiots using his picture on their page and posting this crap. Haha. And I said, oh, that's what the fan bleeds amount to. I'm posting this.
Right.
We're car enthusiasts. I love the Fast and Furious, blah, 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 but we don't claim to know a lot. That's why we need our brutally honest friends to set us straight. He said, wait, this is your podcast? And then he posts a good meme here.
Oh, that's fine.
So, anyhow,
yeah, but
thanks,
like,
Patrick,
here's
for
another
straightening
one
us out.
To Jay-Z. No fan.
It is right where the alternator would have been. Like where they're viscous. Could you install a viscous fan on something if you wanted to? Like as an accessory?
Yeah, I think if you were making... Now, again, I don't know much about this, but I guess you could install it. I feel like it's more... The older cars that we see come in that have the viscous fan clutches, they're adding electric fans.
Okay.
Because it's not doing... No, because the viscous fan clutch is not working well enough.
Okay.
But that's on like old like hot rod, not hot rods, but like they're adding it.
Well, they still have a pulley on them then. Like what spins them?
Yeah, I mean there is a pulley there, but like the hydraulic part, it's like when it gets to a certain temperature, then it engages and then the fan
fluid.
spins.
Okay.
So it's not always spinning.
But I didn't know what drove it. So yeah, there's like it's belt driven,
right?
Pull, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
So you could add it.
Anyhow,
I think. Yeah, I don't know what drag racers use.
The only thing I know about cars, just to be clear, where I'm coming from, the only things I know about cars are things that broke on the cars that I've owned. Which there's a lot of things that have broken, but if it never broke for me, then I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like I am a service writer at a repair shop, so we don't add viscous fan clutches to cars that don't need them.
So are we off the hook on this?
Yeah.
All right. But we appreciate your feedback.
We don't build motors.
You guys can always correct us if we're wrong, which doesn't happen often. This is probably the first time it's happened.
Oh, yeah. First time for sure. Speaking of being
wrong. Patrick, you're automatically entered into our T-shirt contest.
Speaking of being wrong, we did have someone comment on one of our Instagram posts. So we had talked a couple times about how the truckers are stupid for like letting themselves get pulled over by these 3 Civics.
Right. Why don't they're
like fighting back and like shooting and how they have bats and stuff like that.
Why don't they just pull over and give them the truckload? Yeah.
So one of our listeners, Guacamole92.
I've heard of her.
Yeah. She said, so I looked up some stuff and found some cases where truck drivers had to cover the cost of the stolen goods out of their trucks. So maybe that's why the drivers started taking it into their own hands. I was curious too, the last time I watched, why they wouldn't just pull over and give in rather than get killed.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with the 3 Civics pulling over a semi-truck is, what do they do with the truck then?
Yeah.
Like, so they get the guy to pull over, or they knock out the guy. Right. They shoot him with a dart. Right.
Yes, that's sleeping dart.
Right. And then they take over the controls. And then what do they do with the guy? They just throw him out the door.
Well, it depends how long he's going to be sleeping for.
And then where do they take the truck?
Yeah.
Like, don't these semis have trackers on them?
It's definitely a what do you call that? In the movie, they skipped over
plot
that
holes.
part. Yeah, it's a plot hole.
Yeah. That's probably the only plot hole of this movie.
That so far.
Yeah. So thank you, Guacamole, for your input.
Yeah. Very good. So we are still on the very second of minute 1 hour and 2.
That's how you say it.
Here we go. 10 minutes in.
Here we go. Let's see what's going on here. So Brian's getting a phone call, and like we talked about last minute, he's sleeping in the shop in the Harry's Auto Parts.
Right.
And they're saying that another heist had happened. Another hijacking.
On the phone call, he just picks up, and his police buddy's just talking.
Yeah.
There's another heist, and you see could be like a brown dog in the bed with him. There's some fur or something moving around.
You might not even notice it.
Well, it's this big TV we have.
Could be his back hair.
Oh, right. Little shaggy. Maybe he has a mullet.
Yeah.
But
he's got a torso mullet.
Whose head pops up from behind him?
MIA. Maria. Amelia or Amelia. We were not sure.
But confirmed. She is tired. She's like, why is Brian on the phone in the middle of the night?
Right.
Could it be another girlfriend?
Yeah. So he's trying to hide his police conversation.
Could it be the police? But he spends, I don't know, 13 seconds on the phone with him and says, yeah.
Well, so it's almost like the other guy knew, the guy on the other end of the phone knew that Brian was in mixed company.
Right.
Because, is that correct term? Mixed company? Non-police and police
I'll go with
people?
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because he says, if you understand, say yeah.
Right.
And so he's like, yeah, that's all he has to say. He doesn't have to say like, yeah, I'll get my police badge and I'll be there.
Which is the same thing Dom said to him after they clunked him in the head with a rifle.
Right. If you understand,
say
nod
your
that
head.
Was nod.
Yeah, that's right. So,
all right. So then Mia wakes up.
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that?
Oh, he says it's a wrong number, and she's like, oh, yeah. Great.
So he's pretty much done nothing except start his relationship off with this girl with lies.
Now, if somebody... You're right. If somebody called you in the middle of the night, would you pick up a wrong number?
If it was but it's not a wrong number. Oh!
I'm saying that's
but
not
back
believable.
then, did you see that cell phone? I mean, it probably held like 6 contacts.
So
yeah,
maybe he's
like his mom.
Yeah.
No.
Why are you calling from this number? You never know, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So
she buys it.
Yeah, she's okay with that.
Another spill in her lie.
It's going to turn into one of those situations where when she finds out, she's like, our whole relationship is a lie. He's like, but my feelings aren't.
Right. It started out that way, but now I actually feel this way.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Spoiler
classic. Alert.
I'm just inferring.
Right. Okay. Yeah. One could infer. So now they start some
smoochy.
Smooch.
Let's just sit and watch.
Oh, and then
looks like she wore a bed sheet to bed.
All right.
I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine like being a girl and being taken back to like
a car shop.
Yeah,
Harry's Auto Parts.
Oh, this is where you live. You live in the back of an auto parts store.
Especially when you have to show her the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like the bathroom that everybody uses.
Right, like the one at your work.
The one that Fabian uses. Oh, shout out Fabian.
Not take a woman there.
All right, so heavy rock music starts to play. We looked up the song. What is it?
Yeah.
Dopamine?
Whoops. Wrong app. Oh, man. Shazam.
Go to your history.
Shazam's Debonair by Dope. So you're close.
Yeah.
Never heard of it, but it is like some heavy distortion, strong riffs.
Guitar riffs.
Definitely drop E.
Drop D tuning.
Drop D.
Yes.
So you can just bar chord the whole thing.
Yeah, every single song from Sound Curfew was in drop D.
Was it?
Except for Over the Starlight. What was that song?
Over the Light.
Over the Light. That's what it was.
Did I drop D my bass? Why would you remember that?
I don't know.
I don't think I detuned the bass.
I didn't say the bass. Just
no,
every
I know.
song
I was
was
just thinking about that because
All right, so we get a group of cars.
Never mind.
We get a group of cars on the top of a parking garage.
All black.
Yeah, they're meeting at 1700 hours. They're gearing up.
Oh wow!
Oh, sighting in.
We
getting
got
their guns ready.
Heavy artillery.
Yeah.
We got it was like an
MP5s,
army. It was like SWAT,
AR-15s,
bulletproof vests, and all.
M16s.
Yeah.
JK-22s.
Oh,
7M GTEs. SR-20s. DB-16s.
No. So scene changes.
Yeah. Well,
Second
it's like
53.
It's like while this music, it's kind of like a montage. It's like, here's what's happening here, and here's what's happening here.
Right.
We get the cops gathering on the rooftop.
Right. So they show
and then we get
no elapse in time.
Right. This is happening simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah. We get Mia.
And she's decaling a car. It's a reddish orange
car.
Well, I'm not.
Coupe.
This isn't the Supra, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It has this weird robotic decal on the side?
Yeah.
I guess
it's like a man. It's like a man like reaching out and pointing.
To the back of the car that he's pointing.
No, that was the front of the car.
Boy, I'm gonna have to look closer when they reveal that livery.
Yeah. So we got 2 seconds left.
Wait, look at the picture in the background.
Yeah, that's
Jerusalem?
Space Town.
What?
This is like...
There's like a billboard on the
mural.
wall.
It's a mural.
And
in the front of the mural, you got like the Israelites in the desert.
It reminds me of the 100.
And then here's the Holy Lands. No,
Right?
not the Holy Lands.
It looks like the city.
Promised
from
Land.
The 100.
Don't-
Okay.
Don't spoil. I'm only on season 4.
What? Oh, you'll find out in season 11.
I got to the part where Clark has a little girl and other people come down.
Oh, yeah? I don't remember. It's all kind of blurs together.
I need to get caught up on that.
But the one character from that is in the new show I started watching. What's it called? Outer Banks.
Which character?
I can't remember her name.
Okay. Her?
Yes.
Not Clark.
No,
The
she's
brunette.
older. Black lady.
I don't remember.
She's like in charge. Maybe you're not even at that part. She's like in charge of like the kingdom. I forget so much.
Juan Haida.
Oh my word! I can't believe you remember that. Can you cut this part out? I'm
Yeah.
very disappointed in myself.
Well, I don't cut anything out of the videos. This is live.
Oh,
This is live. I mean, not really. But should we just get this 2 seconds over and then we can be done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can look that up on our own time.
You told me I'm allowed to use my phone to look stuff up. It's bothering me
You
now.
can just support our Patreon to get bonus content.
All right, 25 cents a month.
Unedited audio. Because everybody wants that.
The PG-13 versions
That's it.
of everything.
1 hour, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Cops are getting out of the car. This guy's looks like he's about to bark some
All
orders.
right, I just want to recap that. So the cops were gearing up with all kinds of heavy artillery.
Right.
It jumps to Mia putting stickers on a Supra, and then it jumps back to the cops jumping out of the car and about to shout something. And that's the end of minute 62.
So, yeah, I appreciate you being here, Jason.
Wow. Me too.
You were barely in the video, just so you know. I think I got to move the camera a skosh.
The good half of me is in.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
Winning's winning.